A new chapter for Gibraltar has begun. Following the signing of the Concordat and the treaty in Brussels, all eyes last night were on the frontier, with changes imminent as midnight drew near. The Chief Minister described it as one of the most significant days in Gibraltar's modern history.
I've run out of tears. For the first time in 15 years in politics, I've run out of tears. This is an emotional day, but now that I have crossed the frontier without a passport and without an ID card, I believe that we have done it. And I've heard Ode to Joy. Customs and the BCA have withdrawn. We've done it. Europe is back. We have an association with Schengen. We can now move freely, and we have cheated the worst effects of Brexit.
Well, Chief Minister, all is not rosy because we've had to pull our reporter from the other side because it's not a great ambiente after the football. There's a lot of Gibraltar Español.
Well, Gibraltar Español may be what people say, but it'll never happen. I don't think even they believe it. And look, they can say that. But what matters here is that we have a treaty that is going to enable us, on days when the football is good or when the football is bad, to deliver for our people what we needed, which is to avoid the worst effects of Brexit. Thank you very much, in particular, for the coverage that you have done this day so that everybody in Gibraltar has been able to see what has been happening in Brussels and here.
Fabian Picardo said the treaty protects Gibraltar, safeguards our sovereignty, and opens the way to a more secure and prosperous future. There was a ceremonial bent to the evening too, with the party held at the airport terrace and the Chief Minister asking the Borders and Coast Guards officers to stand down.
Chief Executive of the Borders and Coast Guard Agency of Gibraltar, please thank your officers for an excellent job. Well done, and ask them to withdraw.
Midnight arrived and Gibraltar entered a new era. As new arrangements came into effect, you can now cross over from Gibraltar to Spain freely without having to show documentation, and vice versa. However, as the ceremony continued on the Gibraltar side, over on the Spanish side, a large crowd started to gather, many brandishing Spanish flags and seemingly celebrating their country's 2-0 win over France in that evening's World Cup semi-final match. There were chants, both derogatory and complimentary. After the border opened, the mayor of La Línea, Juan Franco, said he never thought he would witness this moment, adding he believed the gate did nothing but separate two towns who counted on each other.
Tener cuenta de que ahora mismo mucha gente viene de ver el partido, hay una aglomeración grande, ya está mandada la policía local, no tiene que haber ningún incidente digno de mención. Y bueno, lo que sí estoy preocupado, no te voy a engañar, es como Inglaterra entre la final el domingo, que además domingo rociero tendremos que poner un dispositivo de seguridad especial para evitar incidentes.
Speaking as the crowds started to pour on both sides of the border, Sir Joe Bossano said, "We must not think that this is changing who we were."
I think we're overdoing it. As far as I'm concerned, the fence has come down, but the border is still where it was before. And Spain and the European Union end in the same place, and we have not given up 1 millimeter. And the only thing that we're celebrating is that we've got normality.
And the GSD's Damon Bossino said, despite some qualms, it was a hugely emotional moment.
We are seeing a barrier which has been so used and abused by the Spanish authorities against us, creating queues and creating problems and creating economic problems and social problems for us, being brought down once and for all. So in that sense, despite all the reservations that we have had in relation to the treaty, despite all the reservations that we have had in relation to the Concordat between the UK and Gibraltar, we are here today in order to support this historical moment for Gibraltar and indeed for nearby Spain.
As the crowd started to disperse, the area returned to relative normalcy, a new normal with now a free-flowing frontier.